Hey guys, what's up? Brandon here, coming at you with some Team Fortress 2 gameplay today, and this is from a little while back playing with some KB mod folks on Badlands, and so I thought I would post it because this is one of the few times that I have ever played Spy and actually done well. Spy is one of the classes that I don't play very often. I don't really play Pyro, Medic, Sniper, or Spy that much, and so usually me playing Spy is a pretty big detriment to the team, but I actually managed to do pretty decently this time, and we ended up winning, so I hope you enjoy this gameplay. I was going to try to bring you guys some more Battlefield 3 beta gameplay, but I haven't had a ton of time to play it, and I finally got to try Caspian Border, which is awesome, but I haven't had any games worthy of posting at all. They've mostly been pretty boring, and I got to fly a jet once, but trying to figure out the controls for that and everything, it just ended up being me flying around for like 3 minutes and not getting any kills. But the jet gameplay was fun. I think that DICE did a good job with the controls and making the jet maneuverable with a mouse and keyboard. But I was kind of surprised when I was flying it. It didn't seem like the jets were really that powerful. They have a minigun on the front, but it was really hard to actually aim and hit things when I was flying it. Now that may be just because I'm a new pilot and I'm not very good, but it seemed to me that if anything the jets might be a little underpowered, at least compared to my initial expectations. The last thing I was going to mention about Battlefield 3, because I noticed it a lot in Caspian Border, is that I feel like the amount of camping has gone up significantly compared to Bad Company 2. Now, I don't mean to take this into a crazy rant on camping and tell you how you should play the game, but I will say that I've noticed Battlefield 3 seems to have a slower pace than Bad Company 2 did. And I think it's primarily due to the addition of prone, and people are just able to camp points easier and stay relatively hidden, whereas in Bad Company 2 you could only crouch, so even if you were staying stationary in one spot, it wasn't too hard to find you and take you out. But given the size of the maps in Battlefield 3 and the addition of prone, it feels like it just encourages more camping in people's playstyles, compared to the more run-and-gun action that I felt Bad Company 2 had. Now again, it is just a beta, and we've only played 2 maps, but I just wanted to share that opinion and see if you guys have experienced the same kind of thing playing the beta, or if you think I'm talking utter nonsense. So let me know in the comments what your experience has been like. Now on to another topic. I couldn't let this go by without discussing it. The release of Rage on PC. Now, id Software is a hallowed name in most PC circles, and rightfully so, because that is the development team that brought us some of the most iconic first-person shooters that have ever been made. When you talk about titles like Wolfenstein and Doom, and then Quake, and onto just the Quake engine, id Software is largely responsible for defining the first-person shooter genre on PC as we know it today. However, for all of that history, id hasn't developed a game since, I think, Doom 3 in 2004, so it's been 7 years since they've put out a title, and presumably Rage was the culmination of those years of work. And I sat at QuakeCon and listened to John Carmack talk about how they have been developing this title literally for years. And so I was really shocked when I saw that the PC version of Rage released with so many issues. It was just disappointing to see id make such a large misstep in regard to the launch of their game, when they're a company that is very intimately familiar with coding on the PC and managing the relationship with ATI and NVIDIA and ensuring their product is going to work on different driver versions and all of that. Even if id isn't entirely to blame, the buck stops with them because it's their product, and the onus is on them to do all of that testing and ensure that the customers buying Rage on PC don't feel like they got an unfinished console port. So for their reputation's sake, I hope id can fix all of this stuff pretty quickly. In fact, I think they released a patch yesterday that fixes some of these issues. But hopefully this serves as a cautionary tale to other PC developers that you have to maintain the reputation that you've earned. When you talk about the Blizzards and the Valves and the ids of the world, who we trust to consistently put out great games on the PC, you have to realize that a buggy release like the one Rage has had can do irreparable damage to that trust that you've built with your loyal customers, and it can take a long time to build that back up. And so I hope that id can get past this, but also learn from it, because I would hate to see them make the same mistakes with Doom 4, which is their next upcoming title. Let's see, there's about a minute left here in the gameplay, so I want to talk about some Tribes Ascend real quick, because hi-rez Studios had made a press release in mid-September saying that we could expect the closed beta to start within the next few weeks. And so obviously it's been a few weeks since that announcement and we still haven't heard anything. Well, the other day, Todd Harris of hi-rez Studios gave an interview answering some questions from the Tribe's forums and also talking about details around the beta. And so it sounds like the closed beta is going to be starting on Friday, November 4th, and I think the reason for the slight delay was that they're implementing a character progression system where there's different skills or perks for the different loadouts, and so we'll have to kind of see how that plays out, but it sounds interesting. And so I'm going to be posting an article on KBMod here on Monday or Tuesday of this week that will have some more details from that interview, so be on the lookout for that. Anyway, this gameplay is just about finished, but if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. And you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. Also, you should follow me on Twitter. Links below in the details section. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.